Today we're talking about 10 things you should never do in an automatic car. Some of these are straight up car crimes, and if you're doing them, your transmission is probably crying for help. There's one tip in here that could save you thousands in repairs. Skip it, and you might regret it faster than a bad haircut. Let's do this. Number 1. Never drive on an empty or near empty tank of gas. Running on low gas might seem like no big deal, until your car starts throwing a tantrum and your wallet takes a hit. See, modern automatic cars rely on an electric fuel pump chilling inside the gas tank. That pump's job? Sucking up fuel and sending it to the engine. But here's the kicker. It needs gas to keep itself cool and lubricated. When you let your fuel level drop below a quarter tank, that pump isn't fully submerged anymore, which means it starts overheating, like a phone left in the sun. And when it overheats, it wears out way faster, leading to an expensive repair that'll cost you more than a weekend getaway, but without the fun, relaxation, and a fancy hotel breakfast. So, do yourself and your car a favor. Don't wait until the fuel light is flashing like a Christmas tree. Make it a habit to top off your tank before it dips below a quarter. Your car will thank you, your fuel pump will last longer, and best of all, you won't get stranded on the side of the road like a cautionary tale. Number 2. Don't launch your car. Slamming the gas from a dead stop might make you feel like a race car driver, but your automatic transmission is not built for that kind of abuse. Sure, a hard launch here and there won't kill your car, but if you make it a habit, you're basically fast-tracking your way to expensive repairs. Here's why. Unlike a manual transmission, where you control how the power is delivered, automatics rely on a torque converter to handle the transition. When you stomp on the gas, that converter is forced to absorb a sudden explosion of power, which can lead to overheating and premature wear. The result? A sluggish transmission, slipping gears, and a fluid system that breaks down faster than it should. And trust me, bad transmission fluid equals bad news. But the damage doesn't stop there. Your drivetrain, including the drive shaft, axles, and differential, takes a serious beating from those aggressive launches. These parts aren't designed for that level of instant force, meaning you're flirting with broken axles, a busted differential, and repair bills in the thousands. Oh, and let's not forget the tires. That rubber isn't cheap, and hard launches chew through tread faster than a kid attacking a bag of candy. The bottom line? Automatic transmissions are built for smooth, reliable performance, not drag racing. If you want your car to last and avoid draining your bank account on repairs, ease into acceleration instead of flooring it. Your transmission, drivetrain, and wallet will thank you. Number 3. Skip the drive through flooded areas. Water in your transmission? A disaster waiting to happen. You might think splashing through deep water is harmless, but trust me, your car doesn't feel the same way. See, your transmission has vents to release pressure. The problem? Those same vents can suck in water if they're submerged. And while four-wheel drives have their vents placed higher, most regular cars aren't so lucky. Theirs sit low, right on the transmission. Drive through deep water and you're basically inviting a fluid contamination nightmare. Once water sneaks in, it turns your transmission fluid into a nasty, milky sludge. That sludge kills viscosity and destroys the cooling properties and leads to overheating. The result? Friction, burnt clutches, and a transmission that's on life support. Oh, and then there's corrosion. Your transmission is full of metal parts, gears, bearings, valve bodies, and water turns them into rust magnets, shaving years off their lifespan. And here's the real kicker. You can't just drain the fluid and call it a day. By the time water has mixed in, it's already broken down the clutch packs, leading to slipping gears and eventually complete transmission failure. Moral of the story? Steer clear of deep water, unless you want a one-way ticket to an expensive repair bill. Because when it comes to your transmission, the rule is simple. Oil and water don't mix. Ever. Number 4. Don't leave your car parked in direct sunlight for too long. The sun isn't just roasting your car's interior, it's frying your transmission too. That heat breaks down your transmission fluid faster, dries out seals, and leads to sluggish shifts. Not ideal. The fix? Keep your car cool. Park in the shade when you can. No shade? A windshield sunshade helps. And if you're leaving your car outside long-term, a UV-resistant cover is a game changer. Because it's not just your transmission at risk. Sunlight wrecks your paint, fogs up headlights, and weakens tires. UV rays eat away at the clear coat, turn headlights yellow, and dry out rubber, leading to cracks. Here's what to do to avoid damage. Find shade, trees, garages, whatever works. Next, use a sunshade or car cover. They'll block heat and protect your interior and exterior. Also, consider window tinting. Less heat means less damage. Finally, stay on top of maintenance. Check your transmission fluid. If it's dark or smells burnt, swap it out. At the end of the day, keeping your car cool isn't just about comfort. It's about performance, longevity, and protecting your investment. So stay shady, for your car's sake. Now, before we move on to number 5, if you've learned something new, or you're just here for the laughs, go ahead and hit that subscribe button like it owes you money. It's free. It takes half a second, and it tells the YouTube overlords that we're doing something right. Plus, if you don't, your automatic car might just start holding a grudge. Just saying. Number 5. Stop ignoring dashboard warning lights. Dashboard warning lights aren't just there for decoration. They're your car's version of waving a red flag. Ignore them, and you might as well start saving up for a massive repair bill. Sure, everyone knows the check engine light is important, but what about the other ones? The transmission temperature light? That's your car warning you that things are way too hot. And if you don't cool it down, you're looking at serious damage. The oil pressure warning? That means your engine isn't getting the lubrication it needs, which leads to rapid wear and tear. Basically, a fast track to disaster. And then there's the battery warning light. Ignore that and you might find yourself stranded with a dead car. Now, let's talk transmission warning lights. If that thing comes on and you pretend it doesn't exist, you're gambling with your car's life. Low transmission fluid, a failing sensor, or overheating might not seem like a big deal at first. But if left unchecked, these small problems snowball into major failures. Think rough shifting, delayed gear changes, or worst-case scenario, complete transmission failure. Here's what's at stake: costly repairs. A minor fluid issue can escalate into a full-blown transmission rebuild or replacement, a bill you do not want. Safety risks. A failing transmission can cause gear slipping, loss of power, or unpredictable acceleration, all of which can be dangerous on the road. Stranded vehicle. Keep ignoring that warning light, and one day your car might just give up on you completely. So, what should you do when that warning light pops up? Don't panic, but don't ignore it either. Pull over safely. If possible, get to a safe spot and assess the situation. Check the transmission fluid. Low or burnt fluid could be the culprit. Call a mechanic. Get a pro to diagnose and fix the issue before it spirals out of control. Bottom line, your car is talking to you. Listen to it. Those warning lights exist for a reason, and treating them like suggestions is the fastest way to turn a small issue into a total disaster. Number 6. Failing to check the transmission fluid. Lifetime transmission fluid? Yeah, that's a myth. If you want your car to shift smoothly and last, you've got to change that fluid regularly. Every 50,000 miles is a solid rule of thumb. Here's the deal. Transmission fluid isn't just there for decoration. Inside your transmission, gears and clutches are spinning and meshing together at high speeds. That means friction, heat, and potential disaster if you're not careful. Transmission fluid acts like a banana peel between metal parts, reducing friction and keeping everything running smoothly. But over time, all lubricants break down, and once your transmission fluid starts wearing out, things get ugly, fast. So how do you know when it's time for a change? Check the color. Fresh fluid should be bright red with little to no smell. If it's brown or smells burnt, you're overdue for a change. Ignore it, and you're inviting problems like slipping gears where your car hesitates or struggles to shift. Delayed acceleration, resulting in your car taking extra time to respond when you step on the gas. Erratic shifting, meaning sudden, rough, or inconsistent gear changes. Overheating, where dirty, old fluid can't cool the transmission properly, leading to serious damage. Surging or jerking, showing up as your car lurching forward unexpectedly while driving. So what should you do? Check your manual. Every car is different, but most need a fluid change every 30 to 60,000 miles. Next, pay attention to warning signs. If your car's shifting feels off, don't ignore it. Lastly, get a pro to swap the fluid. A professional flush ensures your transmission stays in top shape. The main thing to remember is transmission fluid isn't magic. It wears out. Stay on top of changes and your car will thank you with smoother shifts, better performance, and a longer lifespan. Number 7. Shifting to park, drive, or reverse before the car has come to a full stop. Shifting gears while moving might seem like no big deal, but it's basically a wrestling match between your car's transmission and physics. And guess what? Physics always wins. Automatic transmissions are designed to shift smoothly based on speed and driving conditions, not to handle sudden, unexpected gear changes. Forcing a mode switch while in motion, like slamming it into park or reverse, creates a violent mismatch between your speed and gear engagement, which can cause mechanical chaos. Let's talk about the first victim, the clutch packs and bands inside your transmission. These components are responsible for shifting gears smoothly, but when you throw the car into a different mode mid-drive, they're forced to engage under extreme pressure. The result? Faster wear, premature failure, and a repair bill that'll make you reconsider your life choices. Then there's the transmission fluid. This stuff is supposed to keep everything cool and lubricated, but abrupt gear changes disrupt its circulation, leading to overheating and increased friction. Translation? Long-term damage that could leave your transmission begging for mercy. And let's not forget the parking pawl, that tiny but crucial metal piece that locks your transmission when you park. If you throw your car into park while it's still moving, the pawl is forced to engage against spinning components, which is like trying to stop a roller coaster with a toothpick. Best case, you hear an awful grinding noise. Worst case, the pawl snaps, leaving your car unable to stay put when parked. Suddenly, your parked car isn't so parked anymore. Oh, and if you're thinking about shifting into reverse while still moving forward, don't. That momentary wheel lockup can send your car skidding, leaving you and everyone around you in a not-so-fun situation. The lesson here? Always come to a complete stop before switching gears. Your transmission, your wallet, and the people driving near you will thank you. Number 8. Revving the engine and spinning the wheels in snow. When you're stuck in the snow, your first instinct might be to floor it and spin those wheels like you're in a Fast and Furious action scene. Bad move. That frantic wheel spinning puts your transmission under serious stress, overheating the fluid and wearing down components faster than you can say, tow truck. Do it long enough and you're looking at costly repairs or a completely fried transmission. So, what should you do instead? First, take it easy. Gently ease into reverse and try rocking the car back and forth with small, controlled movements. No need to redline your engine. Slow and steady wins this race. Next, give your tires something to grip. Non-clumping cat litter, sand, or even old carpet scraps can work wonders. Spread it around your drive wheels. Front for front-wheel drive, back for rear-wheel drive, and watch how much easier it gets. Driving an SUV or truck? Use low-range settings such as 4L if you have them. This keeps power and traction under control without overworking your transmission. Also, if you're in a snowy area often, snow tires or traction boards are a solid investment. And don't forget a small shovel to clear excess snow around your tires. It's a simple trick that can make all the difference. Long and short of it, don't turn your transmission into a toaster by mindlessly spinning your wheels. Use traction aids, ease onto the gas, and if all else fails, call for help before you dig yourself into an even bigger mess. Number 9. Driving on the highway while in D1, D2, or D3 gears. If you've been cruising down the highway in D1, D2, or D3, you're giving your transmission a workout it never signed up for. These lower gears aren't meant for high-speed driving. They're designed for slow, controlled power when you actually need it. Think steep hills, towing, or crawling through mud. Not zipping down the interstate at 70 miles per hour. So what happens when you use low gears on the highway? First off, there's engine overload. D1, D2, and D3 force your engine to rev like it's running from an explosion in an action movie. High RPMs equal excessive strain. Next, there's the overheating nightmare. That excessive strain generates more heat than your transmission can handle, leading to fluid breakdown, increased wear, and potential failure. Lastly, you have to keep expensive damage in mind. The longer you drive like this, the faster your transmission components wear out. And trust us, rebuilding or replacing a transmission isn't cheap. So when should you use D1, D2, or D3? Well, on steep inclines or declines, these gears will give you better control and keep your brakes from overheating. Are you towing a heavy load at low speeds? This is where these gears shine. They'll come through with extra power. Lastly, lower gears help out when you find yourself in slippery situations. Lower gears can help prevent wheel spin when driving in snow, ice, or mud. Remember, for everyday driving, stick with the drive gear and let your transmission do its job. If you're unsure about gear usage, crack open your owner's manual and give it a read. D1, D2, and D3 gears have their place, but that place is not the fast lane. Number 10. Towing loads that exceed the manufacturer's weight specs. Alright, let's talk about it. You might think, yeah, my car is tough, it can handle a little extra weight. But believe me when I say, your transmission is not on board with that. Push it too far, and you're basically signing up for a front row seat to an overheating, gear slipping, bank account bruising disaster. Let's break it down. First up, overheating. Your transmission is already working hard, but when you overload it, things get seriously toasty under the hood. The fluid, which keeps everything cool and lubricated, starts to break down, and when that happens, metal parts start grinding, wear accelerates, and you're on the fast track to a transmission meltdown. Then there's transmission slippage. If your transmission isn't built for that extra weight, it struggles to maintain grip. That means rough shifts, sluggish acceleration, and that dreaded slipping sensation. And once your clutch plates start wearing down, the damage is only going in one direction, downhill. And it's not just your transmission suffering. Your brakes have to work harder to stop all that weight. Your suspension is straining under the load, and even your engine is sweating bullets. This isn't just bad news for your transmission. It's an all-around mechanical nightmare. So how do you avoid this mess? Step 1. Check your owner's manual. I know. Nobody reads those things. But this is the time to crack it open. Find your car's max towing capacity and stick to it. Step 2. If towing is a regular thing for you, invest in a towing package. A transmission cooler and reinforced suspension can make a world of difference and keep your car from working itself to death. Step 3. Balance your load. Uneven weight distribution forces your car to overcompensate, making everything from handling to stopping way harder than it needs to be. The takeaway? Towing too much isn't just bad, it's really bad. Respect your car's limits, keep your transmission happy, and save yourself from a costly repair bill. Because trust me, your car would rather drive than die. And for those of you who've stuck with us until the end, here's a bonus tip that can save you thousands. Always use the emergency brake when parking. Skipping the emergency brake might seem harmless, especially on flat ground. But believe me, it's a silent car killer that could cost you big time. See, when you shift into park, a tiny metal piece inside your transmission called the parking pawl locks up to stop your car from rolling. Sounds solid, right? Well, here's the catch. That little guy was never meant to hold the full weight of your car, especially on an incline. Every time you park without the emergency brake, you're putting your entire vehicle's weight on that one tiny metal component. Do this enough times, and eventually it'll wear down, weaken, or even snap. And once that happens, say hello to unexpected rolling and a whole lot of damage. But the bad news doesn't stop there. Relying only on the park gear puts extra stress on other components, like your transmission and engine mounts. Over time, that constant pressure weakens them, leading to expensive repairs. And if you think, well, my car hasn't rolled yet, just wait until you park on a steep hill or a strong gust of wind tests your luck. Using the emergency brake isn't just an extra step, it's a lifesaver for your car and your wallet. It takes the pressure off your transmission, keeps your car from moving unexpectedly, and helps prevent wear and tear on key parts. Best practice? Always engage the emergency brake before shifting into park. On steep slopes, even more crucial. If you're really playing it safe, you can throw in some wheel chocks for extra security. Bottom line, don't let failing to use a $5 handbrake lead to a $5,000 repair bill. Use it every time you park. Your transmission will thank you. Dodging these transmission-killing mistakes isn't just good for your car, it's great for your wallet too. A little mindfulness goes a long way in keeping your ride smooth and breakdown-free. Now, we want to hear from you. What's the worst transmission mistake you've seen someone make? Drop it in the comments. And hey, if this video saved you from an expensive repair bill, show us some love. Hit that like button and subscribe for more car-saving tips. Thanks for watching, and drive smart.